Hello, my name is Patrick J. Tremper. I am a process associate at PeopleSource located in San Jose, California. Today I will be talking to you about VBA. Now, in order to work with VBA, you must know something about macros, which I have done in a previous video. Now, to access the VB script, you must go to the Developer tab. Then you click Visual Basic. And now for Visual Basic, you must need a macro, and I'm going to write my macro this time. So to do that, I'll go to the Insert button and click Module. And I'm going to create a macro myself and call it Star Wars. To do this, I have to write the word sub and space, and I'll type in Star Wars. And Star Wars is a macro name, and remember from a previous video that macro names will not allow spaces, so I'll use underscore in place of space. And let's see, in Star Wars, I can create a message box, and then I could all right, the phrase "May the Force be with you." Be with you. Okay, so there I have it. A macro for Star Wars has been created, and now I can insert a. Now here's the fun part. I could insert a button. I'm going to insert this button right here. A button, and I can drag it as far as you want. Let's see dimensions, and that's good. But I want to add a macro to it. I'm going to add the phrase Star Wars to it, and yeah, it returns the phrase "May the Force be with you." The message box "May the Force be with you." But what if I want to move the button so that way it aligns neatly with the cells? And that way I could press Alt and then and while I'm holding down the mouse, it'll align the button will align with the edges of the cells. And there the button is well aligned with the edges of the cells. Now let's see. So I'm gonna press it again. May the Force be with you. One of my favorite movie phrases of all time. But let's do another example. See, I'm gonna let's make another message. Now to do this, we go to Visual Basic. We're gonna enter a new module. We're gonna call it, let's see, we'll call the module Tatooine. And when I press, and I need to press enter immediately after Tatooine. That way those curly brackets will enter. I'll use another message box in them. Well, right, these aren't the droids you are looking for. I'm gonna close that out, and now to create a button, I'm gonna go to the Insert button. I'm gonna drag it across here and hold down Alt. That way it aligns neatly with the cells. And I'm gonna add Tatooine to it, and I'm gonna change them. I'm gonna edit the text. I'm gonna change the name of the button to Are these the droids? These the droids. Okay, now let's click the button and see what happens. Are these the droids? These aren't the droids you're looking for. Yep. So there's one example of another example of the button. So what else can you do inside VBA? Well, the VBA also allows me to add inside VBA. Let's see. I'll say like B8 will be the value 5. Say that I want to add 5 to that value. What would I do? Let's see. I'll write another module, and remember, go into Visual Basic, go into Insert, and select module. And all right, you start a backward. You type the word sub, press space, and I'll write the phrase addition. That's what we're doing. And to do this, let's see. Select the range of the cell I want. This time it'll be cell B8. And then it's going to be the value. The value of that will be equal to that plus, we'll add 5 to it. The range of that plus 5 And now I'm going to close that macro, and now I can insert another button. Insert a button inside developer, go to insert, see, and then and really I could select any button I want, but to make it look neat, this is the neatest command I'll use, the neatest button, so I'm going to use that one. I'm going to drag this and hold down Alt, that way I align it nicely with the cells. And I'll call this macro name addition, and so that when I create too many buttons, I don't know which macro I'm going to use eventually, so I'm going to rename all these. Add 5 is what I'm doing. I'm going to add 5 to B8. There you have it. It will return 10, and add 5 more will be 15, and then 20. It's cool. Let's do another example. Say that I want to subtract. So you say I'll select this race to be 42. Yeah, B11 to be 42, but I want to subtract. But I want to subtract 2 from that. How can I do that without inside a macro VBA? So do that all. Go to Visual Basic, enter a new module, and type in sub. Remember, once more, you type in sub to start your macros. Type sub, and we'll enable this subtraction. And let's see, and then we'll do range. Range, the value will be B11. And we're looking for the value of it equals, we're going to say that it equals that minus 2. So, and now I'm going to create a button, and I will use another button this time, to show you that it does work. Like this button right here, I could press Alt and drag across and see, and then I could edit the. Let's see, then I could edit the text. Let's see, to be double click that, and I'll call that subtract 2, and then I'm going to add a macro to that. This one will be subtract 2, and see, it does work, but it doesn't really look that neat. So that's why I usually use this button right here. And then you can also do that with addition and with multiplication and division. Let's use one more example of multiplication. Let's see, say that we want B14 to be B8, and we want to multiply it by 10. See, then how would I do this? To do this, you would press Visual Basic. Then what do? I'll go to Insert Module, Insert, and then press Module. Then I'll type in sub, and then I'll type in multiplication. Press Enter, and then the phrase I'll use will be range of So I'm selecting will be B14. And then I'm asking it to get the value. It equals it will equal that, and we're going to multiply that by 10. And multiply that by 10. Exit out of there. And now I'm going to insert a button. Let's see. I will do this button. My usual button this time. I'm going to press Alt and drag across. Use multiplication. And I'm going to change the text to be multiply to like multiply by 10. And now let's see, is he going to assign the macro to be multiplication? Okay, let's see what happens. There you have it. 8 became 80, and 80 will now become 800, and it'll increase in powers of 8. Yeah, and so on and so forth. And then there is also the divide, which you get the idea of how to do it now. So thank you for your participation. This is a demonstration on VBA. Thank you and have a good day.